Welcome everyone for XANA Global DAO Meetup, April 22nd. Wow, time really flies. This is almost like, oh my god, time really flies. Yes, like this year, we are doing great. If we compare to the last year was like the time to seeding to the ground, give it the waters, and put some soils, etc. And now I think we are the phase 2, not harvest, but a phase 2. Let it grow even more. Let it grow from where we seeded last year. The small plants, small leaves have been came up. Then we have to give a lot of more waters and a lot of more sunshines and etc. to let it grow higher and higher. Now is the phase of that. So that it's gonna lead the next season, which may be next year, to finally harvest the plants and fruit from it. So I'm thinking about how we're gonna let our fantastic seed grows even more from here. That used to be a development. But at this stage, I think we have been already done a lot of development, and now we are the phase of the polishing it, and we are even optimizing it to better user flows, UX, UI, smoothness and qualities and more fondness and etc. That is something not really super new from the scratch, because the new from scratch phase has been done last year. So that now our phase is that to polish it. So the development is going smoother than ever if we compare to our past, because our team has been already working on together like over 3 years. During this tough time, went through so many things and so many member changes, leader changes, optimizing the rules, optimizing the workflows, implement the tools, onboarding different type of skill set guys, and etc. etc. And after those 3 years, we finally successfully built a stable team workflow. So I'm not feeling much the hurdle about the development at this point, unlike comparing to all those past years. So that development, we just moving forward as it is. So that means I'm more focusing on marketing side, on the branding side. That is my main focus right now. Not only on certain country, but globally. And each country has a different way to proceed. So that is what we are focusing on right now, especially from Japan and then China. And now we've been started our marketing in India. And also another country that we have an office, which is Pakistan. We've been developing the business around those 4 areas right now, concentratedly. And then from this year to next year, maybe it's gonna be even more. But this is the great start to work on from Japan, China, India, and Pakistan, because you can see the population-wise, there is only America left. After America, except the America, it is like a top 5 population countries. So population-wise, those countries are massive, just massive. That is the main reason that we have been focusing on those areas. USA, there's strict regulations and etc. So we have been trying things and really careful, but it's sooner or later. We just start talking about some businesses with the US, strong IPs and etc. So I think it's a matter of the time. It's gonna come when it needs to come. So that meanwhile, we've been developing the business in those countries that I mentioned. And it is going really great. Though we have very limited amount of the people who is concentrating on the business development. It's mainly average around 2 main business developer in each country, and they are doing really great. So we've been keep closing the deals about some great IPs, the governments, institutions, brands, educational entities, and many more. So those are the more a B2B communications, B2B business development. And then after this, there will be a time to deliver the product to the end customers and users. to bring them not to only use our applications, but to become a community member or even the creators to participate in our ecosystem. That is our main big goal. And then those participants will create the next content. And those next content will bring another new users. Some of them will be converted into creators. So that's kind of unlimited circle is that what we are focusing on to form. So that it is very important to have some kind of flagship IPs or flagship names or brands on the beginning, which everyone knows. That is quite important. In Japan, we already achieved such as ULTRAMAN, Astroboy, or like even Fuji TV, Run for Money, recently breaking down, etc., etc. And now it's a time for China. China, we've been closed the first deal about Chinese largest art school. And next, we are about to just close another large IPs. Large IP. I cannot mention right now, but it is really getting close. So that is the deal. And India side, we have been just started. Let me explain about what happened in India. We've attended to the one of the largest India tech event, which is called India Soft. So this was held in the end of last month at the New Delhi. That is a quite huge city, that almost like one of the main city in India. And we decided in the very last minute though, we've been decided to attend to the event. So at the very last moment, I started designing the booth and completed, I think within somewhere around like 3 hours or 4 hours. That was massive. That was the craziest booth making in my lifetime ever because time was so limited. But I got a huge inspirations at that time because XANA has been built so many stuff. But during this limited space and the time of the people's attention, we had to focus. We needed to do a lot of focus and concentration and compression for our entire product to compressed into somewhere around 4 bullet points. So we picked 4 main things that we want to talk about, which was entire XANA project and XANA Metaverse application and XANA Builder, then XANA GPT. I'm gonna explain one by one how I picked this one because first of all, XANA itself is the entire concept. So this Web3 Metaverse concept is the one message that we have to deliver to everyone because it's kind of familiar for those tech guys recently about the words Web3 or Metaverse. But not much people are used to hear this combination of the words, which is Web3 Metaverse. But that's exactly what XANA is. So first, I had to explain what is Web3 Metaverse and what is XANA. So that is our first challenge. I tried to draw some super simple diagram, how it works, how the metaverse made by everyone for everyone is achieved so that we have a civil entire whole ecosystem working on under the name of XANA, which is Metaverse Application, Metaverse Builder, NFT Marketplace, NFT Launchpad, AI Engine, and Game Builder even, and many more. And all those are forming XANA's Web3 Metaverse ecosystem. So I try to explain this one in a very simple flowchart, and that was the explanation of XANA. So I put this explanation of XANA on top of the wall of the event. Next, I put XANA applications, which is a metaverse applications. There is a one catch about this XANA metaverse application because I implemented one new function in there, which is to implement XANA Metaverse working not only the mobile phone or iPad, which we are already doing, but also we are enabled to let user to paste, embed our metaverse into their website. Any kind of website, even blog or even corporate site or even brand site, EC shop, anywhere. just like you embed YouTube video. That is kinda very unique idea, and I see not much people doing that. But like that's what we are working on, and this I believe will open up a lot of possibility or demand from not only industry or corporate, but for all the individual creators and individual like artists, individual like designers or creators, anyone. Because they usually create their social network or like website. They're gonna pull, they're gonna let the audiences from the social media to funnel in to their website, right? And once those people come to the website, there will be a very simple like one window, which is like a YouTube window, just like. Then you're gonna just click it, then you are right into the XANA Metaverse without any kind of installation or setup or anything, login or no, nothing. That is super simple and just too good to let anyone to feel, catch the vibes of the what XANA is and how XANA works, how XANA look like, and how to control and etc. The best part is this is gonna be available for both desktop and mobile even. So that is how we are trying to bring our XANA Metaverse application closer to everyone according to the recent modern people's online activities. Online activities of the recent people, they're gonna just come or engage new thing through the social media, usually, most of the time. Then what they're gonna do is just click the link and come to the website. So this XANA Metaverse widget is the best optimized solution for those kind of user flow. And that captured a lot of the humans' eyes already in the event. So that was great, okay? I'm gonna explain more about this XANA Metaverse widget when it's gonna be released. So I'm gonna just keep it until here. Then let me move forward about the explanation of our booth in the event. I put another eye-catching things, which is XANA Builder. And I gathered more than 20 best world by our XANA DAO creators. And I edited the video to place on the big TV monitor on the wall. And I said like XANA is user-fully community-driven metaverse. Instead of the company create the stuff, we let the community members or creators to generate their own 3D environment and allow them to deploy that as a form of NFTs. That is one of the very innovative part. Recently, like kind of Web2 company were doing that, like Minecraft or like Roblox and etc. But like we are almost the first one who is achieving these kind of functions in a Web3 world in a very, very optimized way. We will soon be able to deploy this world as an NFT on top of our XANA land. So that's gonna finally hold the 100% potential of XANA land. That is our next goal, and audiences of the event was so impressed because of the fantastic creations of our community members. Each time I realized again how wonderful and how amazing our XANA DAO members are. And their creativity is just massive. It's a global scale. So that we have a huge confidence about this part. And we hope not only Japan, but also this kind of movement will go spread globally, worldwide, so that soon in the near future, not only Japanese creators, but also the people from China, people from India, people from USA start building the world on our metaverse and trade them as an NFT, okay? So that was the great eye-catch part. And the last part was the XANA GPT. XANA GPT is a very new service of us. This is a new function of the XANA Genesis, but not only that, it's almost like a one single product. It's like one single individual service because of its demand. What this does is that this is a fully AI-based concierge or the reception girl or sales lady or the customer support or any kind. She can be anyone on your website. So this is how it works. You can just embed XANA Genesis, which is aka XANA GPT, as an widget or for your website. Then once user visit your website, they can just open up the chat window just like they used to chat with the customer support or some kind of like easy Q&A bot. It's just like the same. But this XANA GPT is like a fully AI based like natural language model. So that because this is basically XANA Genesis. And the great part is that we enabled let XANA Genesis learn some kind of specific knowledges for some special like expertise, personal thing, or anything. So you could prepare those kind of things before you launch this widget on your website. Then you should test a little bit. Then once it's ready, you can just deploy it. Then what's going to happen is once anyone visits your website, they will talk to the XANA Genesis and you can answer anything that audience or visitors wants to know in very natural way behalf of you, because she's gonna learn whatever you teach and input to her. That is how XANA GPT works. And of course, you can give a simple training, which is like overwrite the knowledge, just like you are doing already for the XANA Genesis. You can just prepare like an answer A, B, C. User was expecting the answer A, but if XANA Genesis answer like B, if it is certainly incorrect for you, then you could override them to answer like A. So that was the simple knowledge override function of the XANA Genesis. So you can just combine both this kind of like override function and basic knowledge input. So together of those, you can expect the maximum result of this XANA GPT, just like your personal anything. Because in this case, the use case is totally fully up to everyone will start using that in a different purposes, so that we are not really specify what this is. So like I just gave a general name, just like a XANA GPT. So that was also captivate a lot of eyeballs in the event, because like AI is trending things. Everyone was very curious and very aggressive about any kind of like new AI things and etc. And this one is quite interesting because the reason is that like Metaverse company is doing the AI and it's gonna be expected to definitely bring those AI into the Metaverse. Is their aim and our aim as well. Our next step for XANA Genesis is that we are bringing XANA Genesis into our metaverse. I'm not 100% exactly fixed how it looked like, but like we are already working on about the knowledge bases and text bases and probably audio as well. And very soon, those are the things we are working on first. Then the visual comes last, because here again, the visual is kind of sensitive things because usually Metaverse is a 3D and XANA Genesis is made for 2D. So we are trying maybe some kind of idea is that we're gonna recreate 3D models fit with at the same size of XANA avatar. The attribute is inspired by current XANA Genesis so that the owner can recognize, oh, this clothes and this eyes is my XANA Genesis. That is probably the best way that we can do. It's time taking though, but for us that we completed a massive amount of 3D attributes for the breaking down for a 1.5 month. So probably that is not too crazy. That was crazy bit, but that next time if we do the XANA Genesis, it's not gonna be too crazy, I hope. And that is the really revolutionary part. If the AI entity is not only for the text or chat or the voice, audio, but also as an entity in the metaverse, how great it is. And time is coming right now. And we are at the most closest positions to achieve that so that I can see the future of this XANA GPT will be in the metaverse. Those 4 things are what we presented in our India Soft exhibition booth. The result was awesome. We got attentions by a lot of companies, medias, government related people, entrepreneurs, as potential partners, and etc. Many more during these 3 days. And now from these connections, we've been developing to find out what we could do together with those clients. So we are at that phase right now. And simultaneously, we are pitching to the new partners all around the India. So like India just started great beginning of business development, and which has been done in Japan and China already. And now third country is India, and it is going really great. I can't stop imagining what's going to happen after 1 year or 2 years. That's going to be massive. I can't see any kind of like notable competitors in India market yet. Well, maybe like Web2 world, even I'm such a deep into a metaverse industry, I never heard of like India-based metaverse. Especially for the Web3 metaverse, that is almost very hard. Not easy thing. I think we are at really good position right now. And if we are just keep going as fast as what we are doing right now, then we could be good. We're going to be sitting at the really great positions in upcoming growth of the metaverse in this country. The average of metaverse expected growth for upcoming 10 years is the 40% plus a year. That is a huge thing. If we talk about something like a game industry or like a movie industry, those kind of like a basic entertainment field, then their maximum growth is around the 10%, usually below. However, when we talk about the metaverse, it's a 40%, not 10, not 20, not 30, a 40%. You can imagine like how huge it is, right? And when I look at the data of the India, some kind of researcher analyzed that the potential of the India's metaverse market growth is a 45% a year. That's even bigger than other countries' average. That's quite impressive. I can definitely tell because, India is like such a huge IT countries which has been raised such a huge amount of the great IT developers and etc. But when I visit India, there's a many things are still under development, under the growth. Another thing is that the birth rate of India, I think it is really comparatively higher than Japan or China or Korea or USA. Those countries like we divorce, we don't have a baby, we don't have many cases, right? But in India, what I heard when I visit there, they are still living in the like really traditional way. Marry with the one partner and have several babies, multiple usually, and they're gonna go along forever, whole life usually. And they said it's very rare case that they're gonna divorce or don't have baby, staying single. Like it's very rare, they said. So that means automatically they're gonna have a lot of birth rate and the population growth is gonna be even faster, bigger than other countries. So that then more time goes by, I think the more IT native babies will come up, Metaverse native guys will come up, Web3 native guys will keep coming up, then those gonna be a majority. Then what's gonna happen? They are already get used to play in the Metaverse, work in the Metaverse, meet in the Metaverse, and having a multiple alter egos for themselves naturally since they're kids. That's the future what we are looking at. That's a near future. Not like 30 years later, but just 5 years, 10 years, right? So that's the time where we are living and India is rising. So now is the best time for us to get into that huge market. You can just imagine what we are doing in China is already great, and what we are trying to do in India, if we just combine those things, it's like a 3 billion population on the earth. Almost like a half, 40% of the population. That's huge. If we put the same kind of effort in what we spend in Japan, if we do the same thing in those two countries, it's going to be like a 30 times bigger, because Japan has only like 100 million populations, right? Together, China and India is like a 3 billion. That's huge. That is huge. So that is about our global business development and about our first exposures at the largest tech event in India. Let me talk about another things. When I was in Japan, we have been discuss about a lot of new things, and we remade our vision statement and mission statement. And we've been already announced in Japanese version, but we made an English version as well. So I think this is a good time to talk about that. XANA's vision statement is to realize an ideal Xanadu for everyone by everyone. What this means is we're gonna realize the best ideal utopia, which is Xanadu, which is XANA. Ideal world. Ideal new world for everyone, but this is not coming from us, but instead coming by everyone. This is our vision, and our mission statement is to empower everyone's self-realization from the metaverse. That is quite powerful message, to empower everyone's self-realization from the metaverse. Self-realization is not easy thing to achieve fully in this real world. Anybody can do it anytime, but there are several hurdles at this world, and a lot of people are living under the stress, anxious, and lackness, and loneliness, etc. If people are under such conditions, it is quite hard to achieve a full, whole self-realizations. However, if we're talking about metaverse, if you look at the metaverse, it is a place that anyone can become anyone, anybody they want, and they can go anywhere. Or if there is nowhere to go, then they can create one. So they can become anyone they want. They want to go anywhere they want to go. Then they can do whatever they want to do. That is the metaverse. So I believe metaverse is the best place for the self-realization, to understand themselves and find out who really they are, who we really are, and what we really want to do, and what we want to be. I can say that is the kind of the process of the self-realization, and metaverse is the best place for that. That is what I'm believing. And we will let the XANA to achieve this one. We're gonna let XANA to empower everyone's self-realization from our metaverse. That is our mission statement. So that's it. Vision and mission, this is the very important thing, because now more and more people are joining to XANA community and development, content creations, partners, alliance, and many, many, many more. Investors, landowners, NFT holders, game creators, game players, token holders, of course, and investors, of course, and I can think of anything. So more time goes by, more people are coming up. Then if everyone is thinking about a totally different thing, if they are understanding XANA in totally different way, of course that's gonna be a trouble, right? But if everyone, all those people can, have a common understanding about what XANA is, where XANA is going, what XANA will do, what XANA can do, then that is quite strong. Quite strong. You can imagine a million people army who don't know their plan and like they don't know their strategies, fighting strategy. An enemy comes and there is no command and there is no directions, and the people say, yeah, just do whatever you want, against the a million people army which has a strong faith, same vision, same value to share, and same strategy and common understanding. Which one will be winning? Of course the second one, right? That is obvious. So that I think the metaverse is the same. It doesn't have to be like one superstar or one big company like a GAFAM. That's not Web3 world. That's not what we want to be. But it is quite important to have a common understanding for everyone to just like optimize the result. Like optimize, it's kind of difficult to say, but it's an easy way to say is like looking at the same directions, If like looking at the same directions, it is easier to support each other, help each other, guide each other. It is easy. It makes easier for everything. It's not like he is going to this direction and he is going to that directions and he is going to nowhere. Like no one knows where he's going. Like it's not like that. So I think that is quite important. And this vision and mission is the flag that we are putting on the very, very, very far ahead. But it's a huge flag that everyone can see from here, so that everyone can see and think that this is the direction that we're gonna go, and let's walk towards it. That is the role of this vision and mission. Okay, that was it. Let's talk about our most recent upcoming release, which is CryptoNinja. NFTDuel will collaborate with CryptoNinja to release its third IP collaboration card, CryptoNinja card. The date will be the May 12th will be the launch date. We've been planning this so long and started planning and building since last year. As we had a new project came in, which was XANA Pen Pens featuring CryptoNinja, and also Ikehaya-san's world building challenge. So literally this gonna be a third collaboration with the CryptoNinja family, and this is one of the most participated project because this also become almost like official launch of NFTDuel final version. We've been running NFTDuel alpha test for a long time, probably over almost 8 months or something, somewhere around 8, think so, around 8 months so far. So after the 8 months of the alpha phase, finally we could step into I don't say a release phase, but maybe I can say beta launch. Beta launch is almost close to public launch. And this is of course already public. Already gonna be public because even for the alpha phase, we were not really limiting the users to play this test so that everyone basically could play if they have NFTs. It's gonna be the same for this beta launch as well, but so many things has been changed. More optimized. The flow to purchase NFTs and NFT itself, because we've changed the format of ERC 721 to the ERC 1155. So that was a fundamental change. And we also restructured our server side to realize smooth and seamless and non-cut game experience. That was the most important thing which we noticed in the alpha test phases, and we solved it already. And another things we worked on is the scalable solution for the abilities, because the largest flaws of this NFTDuel is that we can onboard unlimited the IP collaborations as its NFT card. That was a huge strength of the NFTDuel. But like during the development time, we realized that it's gonna be very, very, very time-taking to create the abilities. And we spent a huge months, like 3 months, 4 months to create our very first ability for the Ultraman. And we just imagined, holy shit, if we create one and another ability like this month, next month, next month, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be impossible. So that we had to figure out like a very scalable way. And then we did it. We did made a very scalable way so that basically from now on, when a new ability come in, we can very quickly implement new abilities or create even new abilities. Those are the major changes. Everything will be fully on-chain this time. So that you had to have actual NFTs not to enter the game only, but also to let those NFT cards, actual NFT cards, is needed to be used in the game itself. Unlikely our alpha test phases, which you can play the game with your test cards, which has been provided everyone. But after this launch, you should have entire NFTs. Maybe we're gonna keep this test card for some, maybe I can say like a trial game or training mode or anything to let the newcomers, new users onboard easier and not need to decide to purchase like expensive NFTs even before they just fully decided to play this game. So maybe we're gonna keep the test card somehow, but basically when it comes to the real league or real tournament or like real anything is gonna require the real card. So that is the major difference. And the LP, the league point calculations, ranking, all those small stats will be managed on-chain by our XANA chain. So that there will be so much less chances of those like numbers or calculation troubles and etc. That is another new part. I think that's pretty much it for what is new for the NFTDuel. And this CryptoNinja will be the first IP which is released for the full version of NFTDuel. Even without the need of explanation, again, CryptoNinja family is like one of the market-leading NFT collections. One of the signature collection of CryptoNinja family is a CNP. The CNP is a CryptoNinja partners. They have over 23,000 Ethereum market cap, which is a massive, definitely number one in Japan as a number one Web3 metaverse. The collaboration of these two top Web3 IP in Japan will lead a huge attention in the market. So that is what I'm really excited for. And we're gonna probably have the AMA session with the Ikehaya-san right before the launch again. And I'm gonna talk about a lot of like the attractive part of this game and the best part of those CryptoNinja cards. Actually, there is like a lot of new challenges we have been done these cards. One is that we draw background art fully by AI, so that there is a CryptoNinja characters. We assigned the elements first, so we had to decide, this character is a water, this character is a fire. Those are the things that we had to decide first. Then we're gonna think about the prompt to let the AI to generate a best matching outcome, a background. So once we generate the background, we just generated a huge amount. I cannot say how many, but huge. In average, we generate at least like 50 images to pick a one best one. So times 40 means like you can guess how much. So that was a huge challenge. I'm very satisfied with the result. It's really great. And another challenge is that we gathered the voice cast, the voice actress from everywhere, which is from our XANA DAO, from their Ninja DAO, and also from like generic places. We gathered a lot of voice artists and then finally picked some. So that is the next challenge. And the third challenge is that from the very scratch, we made this 40 cards plan together with XANA DAO and Ninja DAO, so that it is unlike our past collections, which is like Astroboy or ULTRAMAN, this almost like fully made together with our communities. And so that is actually showing some kind of great potential that, like DAO-driven Web3 gaming is really hot. So that is about the CryptoNinja. And this day is again May 12th, which is Friday, not weekend. So be careful. It's Friday. And we have been running a one green campaign to earn the analyst spot for this minting. And other than that, the owner of the pen pens, XANA pen pens featuring CryptoNinja collection, can participate this analyst spot without needing anything. And this green is more like for new users who don't have pen pens. And this time I probably only get 2 group. Maybe we're gonna increase 1 more group if we want to. But basically that's it. That's all. A maximum 2 to 3 groups will be prepared for this minting of May 12th. That is about CryptoNinja NFTDuel. I think that's pretty much it. It's a good time for now. So yeah, thank you everyone for participating. Now we are heading to the great month, May. In May, we have many new announcements and great new product and collaborations as well. So please stay tuned and let's keep it rocking. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And have a great weekend.